Okay. Right. So in July 20th, your exam is? You don't know. Okay. Are you in Vidya Vikasini school? Yes. Okay. Since 2 years? Since 2 years. Okay. And it's since first standard, yeah?
Second.
Okay, so second and third standard. Fine. Good. And you like the school? It's nice?
Yes.
Okay. What time to what time are your classes?
7 o'clock to school starts and 2:30, 1:30 we leave. And we come home.
Okay, but are you in the same class?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. And you get very good marks, no? And you all are very good friends, or you have more friends also?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's very good, na, to have a sister in the class. Good fun. Everybody knows who is Bhakti and who is Bhavya?
No.
Oh, that's a problem.
They get confused.
There is a poem about twins, I have cousins who are twins. I'll get the photo next time. They look the same. Cousins, but cousins, they are in Dubai. But what I'm saying, there's a story, there's a funny poem, about twins, about two boys who are twins. And when they were children, nobody knew who was one, who was the other. And when they grew up, they married that man. He married one woman, but the woman also doesn't know who's the husband. So he married her, but she doesn't. Sometimes she gets confused who's the husband. Then when one twin died, they buried the other fellow because they thought that this is the other fellow. That's just a joke. Means that is a poem which is a joke which we studied in school. I will see if there are more poems about twins, yeah? I'll see and I'll get you next time. Don't worry. When you grow up, you will look different. When you grow up, slowly you will look different. Something will be different, your hairstyle will be different. One will be wearing different makeup. Other will be wearing different makeup. Look at Bhavya. She is very surprised. Okay, no problem. So you're good at grammar and you're good at this thing, yeah? So you want to do grammar or you want to do prose?
Grammar.
Grammar, you find it difficult?
No, grammar I find easy. It's difficult.
You like grammar? That's so nice.
It is very easy.
Oh, great. Thanks. Sorry to disturb you.
It's okay.
What is this, cherry, no?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You want? Chiku. You look same, but you're behaving differently and she behaves differently. Your personality is different. I can make out now who's Bhavya and who's Bhakti. Yeah, that is also there. Okay. Okay. Now, how many? Which ones you finished here?
Here.
Okay, irregular adjectives.
And this we are here. And Miss teacher is this.
On
Friday Miss taught us this, but it is not complete.
Okay, this irregular adjectives, no?
Yes.
Okay, but proper nouns, collective nouns, abstract nouns, everything, you all are very smart people. Now 1 second, I just want to ask you this, why you don't like this so much?
Because in that there are many questions.
Correct. So which is the most difficult here?
Raven.
How Raven stole daylight. Wow. Raven means what?
It is type of a crow.
Okay.
It is bigger than.
Okay, great. Okay, good. How Raven stole daylight. What is the meaning of Raven stealing daylight?
It is imaginary story.
True.
A myth. It is a myth.
It is a? Myth. Myth is a story which was made many hundreds of years back, na?
And some people believe that it is true.
Yes,
but
yes.
some it is changed and it is a imaginary story.
Okay, I want to ask you this. Mahabharata is a myth?
No.
Ramayana, Mahabharata?
Yes.
Yeah, some people think it's a myth, but some people feel it is true. Some people feel it is true story, but some people feel it's a myth.
Myth means
Myth means an imaginary story, which because long back it happened, na?
it's real.
Mm. Some people feel it's real and some people feel it's a myth. But you're right.
What is it?
I don't know. It could be true also, but now they made it very big. Like see, this Ravan and all, no, in Ramayana. He's
They added that. Added all that.
they what?
Added all that.
Yes, yes. That he's riding on a big bird.
Yeah.
Actually, it must be aeroplane. You know, it means he's riding a bird. It may because nobody can ride on a bird, na. So it may be a
How
myth.
they made that aeroplane?
How they made the aeroplane?
Yeah.
See, long back in India, no, thousands of years back, maybe all this was there at that time. Then somebody must have thrown an atom bomb and everything must have got destroyed. Must have, I don't know.
And that how that aeroplane was changed into that big bird?
Exactly. So then when everything was destroyed, then these storytellers, no, they didn't know how to explain to the people that Ravan was in a helicopter or in a aeroplane. Because at that time there was no aeroplane. So people didn't understand. So it is easy to explain to them that Ravan went on a bird. Maybe, I don't know, yeah. The truth I don't know. For that we have to go thousands of years back and we have to see what happened. If we had a time machine, in some movies there's a time machine. You can fix.
Doraemon.
Pardon me?
Doraemon.
Yeah, Doraemon can do that.
Yes, Doraemon can go in his when he was a baby, he can go and
Wow, I didn't know this. I must check out Doraemon now.
It is a cartoon.
Yeah. But there's a story, there's an English movie, Back to the Future. I'll show you, I'll try to find out on YouTube and I'll send it to your mummy and then you can watch. There's a movie, Back to the Future, English movie, in which the boy, he's going backwards in time where before his mother and father got married. Yeah, like for example, now you were born in 2006 and now it is 2015. Your parents, maybe they got married in 2000 or 1995. I don't know, some 15 years back probably.
My mother was born in 1997. No, 1977.
1977, correct. I was born in 72. So, say you went back to 1977, 1978. Then you will see your mummy is a baby. Yes. Similarly, this man in the movie Back to the Future, his name is Michael, I think. What he did is he goes back to the time when his mother and father were still in college. They'd seen each other, but they had not got married.
How did he?
He got a time machine.
They were that. They were
He didn't recognize initially. They looked similar. They looked younger, but they looked similar. It's like in your mother's old photos and all, how she looks, like that. So he looked similar, but then when he heard the name, like so, you want go back and say, "Is Neeta Chajed? Huh? Neeta Chajed?" And then you look at the photos and then you say, "Oh my God, you know, maybe this is the same person." So that you can go back, you can go into the past, you can go into the future. Time machine means it's not there nowadays, but in science fiction and all they say maybe scientists will make this time machine. Yeah, then we will come to know thousands of years back whether Mahabharata and Ramayana is a myth or it's true. Okay, so start off. So can you read this, Bhakti, for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
The land in the far north is covered in frozen
Yeah, but
snow.
before that, start off.
Lesson number 6, how Ravens told it. Start off. Myths are stories that were made up in ancient times to explain natural phenomena which were beyond human understanding. These occurrences were attributed to the acts of gods and goddesses or given some other supernatural explanation. Discuss some myths concerning natural occurrences that you have read or heard about. The land in the far north is covered in frozen snow, ice in all directions.
But at first I want to understand what is the start of what are they trying to say? Myths are stories. Stories that were made up in ancient times to explain the natural phenomena which were beyond human understanding. Means what?
Means myths were stories that were made in
Ancient times means long back, thousands of years back. Now it is 2015, na? Maybe when it was 000 means many thousands of years back. 2000 years back it was maybe it was 005. Yeah. So at that time, so ordinary people could not understand so many things, so they would make up stories like Ravan was on the aeroplane, on the bird, or maybe they threw a bomb, but they're saying that this is Brahmastra, and Shri Krishna, he had a Surya, he had that, what is that circle called? Chakra, yeah, he had that chakra, Sudarshan chakra, went and killed that person, but maybe he had some other weapon, some futuristic bomb or some laser or something he had, but people can't understand that, no, at that time. So they are making up the story in the myth. Probably that is what they mean. Natural phenomena means eclipses and all. See, see eclipses. Means what is the lunar eclipse? What is a lunar eclipse or solar eclipse? When when the moon comes in front of the sun, and then we can't see the sun properly. It happened recently, 1 month back or something. We could not see the sun during the day. The sun was eaten up by the moon. Means the moon had come in front of the sun, so we could see the sun as a black spot and covered by a thin. You remember that solar eclipse, Surya Grahan?
No, my brother made that solar oven and that. So I was thinking of that and something had happened and I was thinking something else only like this.
So see, now we can understand. People have gone out of Earth and they have taken photographs of the Earth. They have taken photographs of the moon and the sun. So we can see that the Earth is there, moon is here, sun is there. But long back people didn't know that what is happening when there is solar eclipse. They used to get scared. They used to think some monster must have come and eaten the sun. So they used to say, no, this is a very bad time. You should not go out. You should not look. Something bad will happen to you, because this god has eaten up this fellow or something, because Surya Bhagwan, this is Bhagwan, Surya Bhagwan, right? And some Rahu, Ketu or somebody has eaten him up or whatever, some monster. So at that time people didn't know. Now we can explain, no, this is solar eclipse, this is moon has come and that's all. That time they didn't even know that the earth was round. They thought the earth was flat, and they thought the earth, what is earth, no? They thought the earth was carried by 7 elephants. And they thought that 7 elephants are standing and they're carrying the earth on their head. And they thought that if you go from one end of the earth to the other, you will fall off. But later on they discovered that earth is round, because they went out of earth into space and they took photographs. You have seen the photographs of earth? Yeah. They went to the moon and they took photograph of the earth. Then they realized that this is round, and there are no elephants carrying the. Then also, first they used to think, what is this moon? It looks like cheese. It must be cheese, or it must be some god, And slowly, sometimes the moon is full Purnima, and sometimes there's Amavasya. There's no moon. Somebody must be eating it up. Some monster. Okay. So but then they made a spacecraft because of science developed, and they made a spacecraft and they put a. That somebody went to the moon.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Neil Armstrong was the first person who. Pardon me?
Kalpana Chawla.
Kalpana Chawla is a cosmonaut. Yeah, she went to the moon. Yeah, I thought she was just in space near the moon. Sunita Williams. I think you look like Sunita Williams. Yeah. Don't you think? Yeah, the eyes and all. Okay. So the first man who walked on the moon was Neil Armstrong. So then when he walked on the moon, then Neil Armstrong came back and he took photographs, and he said, no, this is not cheese. And
we can take photographs of sun and moon. There was.
Yeah, we can go out and we can go out of the earth. Now, just starting now, we are going by aeroplane. We take a ticket now and we go by aeroplane. Say from Bombay. Tell me.
On the moon there are small holes called craters.
On the moon, yeah. On the moon now, we can't breathe like, we don't get oxygen to breathe like this. Here we can breathe now easily. We can take air, we can do yoga. But on the moon there is no air. We will die if we go there. So we have to wear a special spacesuit in which we are carrying the oxygen with us. Yeah, it's a very dangerous place, moon.
I want to go.
Now we have tickets. Now we have tickets now to go on the plane from say Bombay to Rajasthan or wherever. Now they are starting take tickets to go out of Earth to space. Now they are starting that after a few years. When you Bhakti and Bhavya, when they become big, people will be for nowadays when you go for a holiday, you're thinking of going to Rajasthan or you're thinking of going maybe Europe, America. But later on you'll be thinking of going to space, means out of the earth. We can take tickets. But now they've not started that, but they may start that. Okay, so that's that, yeah. So that's myths. And why were we saying? We are talking about myths. So that's the natural phenomenon which was beyond human understanding. Now, could you read this? These occurrences. No, I'll read. These occurrences were attributed to acts of gods and goddesses. Means, if there was a solar eclipse or something, then they used to say no, that the god is doing something or something like that. Yeah. Or given some supernatural explanation, means where the elephants are carrying the earth and all that. And discuss some myths concerning natural occurrences. Just now we discussed that, and that you have read or heard about. Okay, fine. Now we'll go on to the main chapter. How ravens told. So this is also a myth. How ravens told daylight is a myth. Yeah. Okay, fine. It is not scientific.
The land in the far north is covered in frozen snow and ice in all directions. The air is bitterly cold, and the howling winds and biting frost make life difficult for the Inuit people who call this land home. Long ago, the frozen land remained in total darkness all year round. The Inuit found the dark harder to bear than the cold. In the dark, they had to build igloos, fish at ice holes, and hunt seals for food. The darkness was endless, and it was impossible to tell whether it was morning or night.
No, don't read everything. I didn't understand this at all. Let me read that. The land in the far north is correct. Is covered in frozen snow and ice in all directions. Okay, you know what is the meaning of this?
Yeah.
What, tell me.
In the north,
Which north means which part it is? Which country?
South Inuit. Inuit country.
Which country?
Inuit. I-N-U-I-T.
I-N-U-I-T. Inuit. Where is that?
No, Inuit were the people living in the north. Yes.
North means, okay, now this is India, yeah? Now which is north of India? You have a globe here. You have a globe. You have a world map here.
Yeah. Yes,
bring.
Atlas.
Atlas. Good.
In
Atlas you will come to know.
In the north there are, I know only one country.
Which?
North America.
Good. But they are talking of even more north.
What?
The Arctic Circle, Greenland. We'll see in the Atlas, yeah? So as you move south towards India, it is warm, right? But as you move north, there is more ice, more and more ice.
We are in India because in that we have medium temperature.
Wow. Yeah, we have medium temperature, you're right. So we don't have to wear sweater and all the time. Yeah. You know about Eskimos and igloos and all?
Yes. I know only igloo, not Eskimos.
Eskimos are the people who live in the north, the far north, I'll show you. They're fun. They're always with furs and all. So we want to see the whole world, then only you'll come to know which is north. We want to see the whole world where all globe once again.
Yeah, say the index, yeah.
Index, yeah. I'll just have a look like this also. I want to see the whole world on a page, then we'll know which is north.
In the index you see
the
world map.
See this, but this I want like big. This is what they showed is good.
This is
index, yeah, that's good.
Index is bad.
See the Purnima and the Amavasya and all. The moon is full, then the moon is being eaten up. We can also make our own myths, yeah? What
You
is
want
this rain?
index?
What is this rain? Somebody is pouring water? Some god is pouring water? Lord Indra?
The
No,
clouds
clouds.
are
Clouds are
very.
That is scientific. That is scientific. But if I want to make a myth, I'll say the god is pouring water. And what is that lightning and thunder? Lord Indra is fighting with other gods. That's a myth. Okay. In India we have a lot of myths, no? Fun
Yeah.
place. Fun place. You can make up a lot of stories. Where is the whole world? I want the whole. Here there is part of the world. I want the north of
Index
the world.
you see.
Yeah, index is there, but I just want to see myself also. Here we are.
Thank you.
I'll show you. Okay, this is like north, yeah. Okay, and this is India, more south. Yeah, so medium temperature. China is also medium temperature. Iran, all this medium, hot. Then we're going on top. Russia, Europe, America is also somewhere there. Africa not. Africa is south. So Russia, on top of Russia, see, top part of Russia, top part of Europe, Greenland, and see, Greenland is written here. Iceland.
Japan.
No, Japan is down. Where is Japan?
Iceland.
Yeah, see, there's Iceland and there's Greenland. Okay.
Japan is here. Yes, this.
Where? Alaska, right?
It is
Alaska.
in the
Where
top, very top.
Yeah. Here there are polar bears, white bears walking around here. Big ice.
It is ice, no?
Ice glaciers, big ice glaciers, all white, and very frozen. Like you open the
People
fridge.
live there.
Huh?
People.
Eskimos live there. Eskimos have a particular look, chinky, and they've got all white fur things, and they used to eat walruses and all. And you know, up north what happens is, in 6 months I think there is the sun is not there for 6 months.
Yeah.
No sun for 6 months.
In this story,
Oh, it is there, huh? Okay. So let's read what happens
a
up north.
raven stole the piece of daylight and he brought the nukes. So the 6 months there was light and 6 months only in winter they had to live in.
Okay, the land in the far north is covered, is in frozen. And you know their house is called the igloo. It's made of ice.
Yeah.
This was before, but now things have improved. Now they have proper housing and all. But actually this is because of the government is bringing in reforms. Like see in Rajasthan and all, first it was different, different houses. But now the houses are changed. Nice concrete houses. But before they used to live in tents, I think. Long back. Tents, I think. Not sure. Or some other kind of houses.
Yeah, tent and that the house like no. It is very made of cloth and sticks. That is a tent only. No, after that in our essay book it was written another name. No.
But now there are nice concrete buildings are there, no? Yeah. Similarly. See in Dubai, it was all sand and all desert first. People used to live in different kinds of houses, olden types. But now they've got skyscrapers. You know about the tallest building in the world.
Dubai.
Yes. Now they've completely changed everything. Similarly, originally these Eskimos used to have igloos and all, but now they have changed. Now they have also developed. And ice in all directions. The air is bitterly cold. It's too cold. It's like freezer. It's like if you put your head in the freezer, what happens?
Snow is falling.
All the time, and everywhere you see snow. And you can't even, when you try to drink the water has turned into ice. So quickly you have to drink after boiling it. When you go to the toilet, there's no water, it's all ice. Okay, and the howling winds. Okay, the air is bitterly cold and the howling winds and biting frost. That means the cold air, it damages the skin.
And if it is wraps the finger, no, it gets stuck and it never works. Yes, the finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens?
My
Tell me
miss
that.
told me.
What your miss told you? Tell me that.
Like if the snow is biting frost covers the finger, no, in the knot, and we cannot use
bend
that
it, yeah?
finger. Yes. And
It
we
gets
cannot
damaged.
use that finger.
It gets
Yeah.
damaged,
It
yeah,
is
in the cold.
damaged. And if we
Because I
cannot
think the
use
blood,
that,
because the blood flow, I think that also blood also gets frozen, na? So blood doesn't flow to that part, no? Then it becomes
and that
dead.
finger never works.
Becomes dead, yeah. It becomes dead. Frostbite. It's
And
called
if
frostbite.
smaller fingers are then
Huh? That's why I know some people who get lost there, no? In the Arctic and all. Even if they're covered with clothes, Even then the frost gets in, the cold air gets in, and then you get frostbite, and then they have cut off the fingers and cut off the legs and all. Because that part has become dead, because the blood is not flowing there, na? Blood also has become cold. It was very cold. Okay, making it difficult for the, I see, Inuit people who call this land home. Inuit, it's not Eskimos, it's some Inuit people which I don't know, I'll find out, yeah? From which country they belong, I don't know. Okay, long ago, this frozen land remained in total darkness all year round. I thought only 6 months.
No, first it was there. And after that, he got sunlight, no, then only 6 months light, and only in the winter they have to spend it in cold.
Oh, okay. The Inuit found the dark harder to bear than the cold. Okay, the cold they don't mind, but they don't like this darkness whole year. Whole year no light. Arre? Come on, we have to study, we have to cook, we have to play. What we'll do in the dark, and probably tube light and nothing was there. You know?
It was full dark, not a single light in the house also.
In the house, or maybe they used to light a fire and then they used to get little light. Yeah, okay, thank God, at least little light. And heat. In the dark, they had to build igloos, fish at ice holes. In the ice there are holes where they are fishing for fish.
They all fish in the fishing in the hole they made with.
They make a hole in the ice, yeah?
Yeah, and they put the
fishing rod.
And
they catch fish. Okay, good idea. And hunt seals for food. Seals, you know what they are?
Yeah.
Okay, those big creatures.
White pink color.
White color? Are they white?
Yeah, white and grey. No.
Maybe grey. Seals are like walruses, no? Those big animals. Seals, you know, which they usually have a picture of a seal on its nose is holding a ball. At circuses and all, sometimes they have that seal. Okay, so they used to kill. It's like a big animal. It's a big animal.
It's an animal.
Yes, it's an animal. Seal is an animal. Yeah, so they used to kill the, like how we kill the fish and eat it. We kill chicken and eat it. They kill the seal and eat it. But you're vegetarian, no? But non-vegetarians, you know, no? They eat fish and all. Yeah, chicken and all they eat. You know, no? Mutton. Similarly, these people are also non-vegetarians because no vegetable grows there, no? If we are there also, we'll also have to eat all that. And hunt seals for food. The darkness was endless and it was impossible to tell whether it was morning or night.
There was not a one plant also.
No, I think I don't know. I mean, when it's completely frozen, I think there are no plants. Only they have this fish and the seals to eat. And raven also is usually not there. I don't know. This is very surprising that the raven is there.
No, it came from that country and he came here and saw that it was total. So he entered that and he found these and they became their friends and these people did not kill him. They shared their food with him. So he thought that they must be not having hands, they were living a hard life. So he went to another country and that's imaginary. He broke a piece of daylight and he bought for them. So they got Anna tied up a string. But how he got it will show in the story.
Okay, I understood. Okay, now it is impossible to tell whether it's morning or night. So when you get up, you don't know whether it is morning or night. Whether you should go back to sleep or you should go to school. They don't know because they don't know whether
there was no school.
Probably no school, and maybe they had an alarm clock, no? But they don't know whether it's 7 o'clock, whether it's night 7 o'clock or morning 7 o'clock. All confused. Whether you have to brush your teeth now or you have to have dinner, they don't know. Surprising, no? When everybody wakes up, it's morning. And everybody feels sleepy, it's night. Okay, now let's see then what happened. Okay. So quite an interesting story, no? Not bad. I think it's a little better than grammar because grammar is very boring, I feel. This is all myth. Myths are all big lies, but interesting lies, nice stories.
These stories are very interesting.
Yeah.
Because grammar is very easy, no?
Yeah.
So it is easy to learn and I like it.
Yes.
It is in the question answer and that.
Right. Okay, so could you read this, please?
I like these stories, but not the question answer.
Okay, let's see. If we really understand the stories, then the question answer should not be. You read.
To escape the darkness around them, the Inuits spend their free time sitting around a small fire and telling stories. The best storyteller was Raven. Raven had came from a faraway place further than the Inuit had ever traveled.
He must have come from India.
Yeah. Raven and Inuit became friends when he had flown into their dark frozen land and lost his way. Instead of shooting him, the Inuit had let him rest by their fire and shared their food.
So it's good, na? They were kind to him, na? They didn't shoot him.
Raven had never known such companionship.
Oops. Yeah.
Companionship.
Companionship means what? Friendship?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in return, he told them of sights that they had never imagined. He told them stories about India and its bright colors.
And about Indian myths, about Ramayana, Mahabharata, and about the sun eclipse, and about the elephants holding the
earth.
earth.
He told that the red and pink flowers, about the green grass.
Yes, about the parrots.
Yeah. And they felt
about morning, about sunlight, about greenery, about the trees,
they
trees.
About
bhakti, about bhavya.
They were very interested to hear about the sunlight.
About the light, yeah?
Where I came from, he said, it is bright during the day and only dark at night. The brightness is dazzling and it lights up everything. I have seen green grass, red flowers, yellow beaches, blue seas, brown animals and orange fish. The daylight brings heat. Too, I have seen snow. The daylight brings heat too. I have swooped.
What? I have soup? Tomato soup?
No. Swoop.
I have swooped. Okay, like a plane will swoop. Okay, swoop down, yeah?
In the chill shadows of the mountains and then stored
What
up
shadows?
chill mountains.
What shadows?
Chill.
Chill?
Shadows
Okay, chill means cold shadows, huh?
of the mountains and then soared up into the blazing brightness to warm my wings.
So he's saying he has gone to those cold places also and to the warm places also where his wings and all felt warm. So he's talking about his travels. To cold places also he went, to warm places also he went, Rajasthan also he went, Kashmir also he went.
The Inuit were always eager to hear about daylight. How wonderful it sounded. But Raven's heart grew sad because his friends could not see daylight for themselves. He began to think of a way to bring them some daylight.
Show me. Okay,
You read
interesting.
the next page.
I'm just thinking. Okay. To escape the darkness around them, the Inuits spent their free time sitting around a small fire and telling stories. So what the Inuits, all the time what they did, they just lit a fire, they just sat around the fire and they're telling all nice stories, that's all. Nothing else they did. Because there's no light, they can't do anything else, no? So this is time pass for them. And when they become hungry, they'll eat some seeds and all. That's all. And no school and no nothing.
The children would get bored, no?
Exactly, we can't even play. Maybe they used to just harass their parents and say, no, come, we are bored, come tell us more stories or play with us, but nothing.
They can play in the snow, no?
Yeah, a little bit they can play only where the fire is there because otherwise it's dark, no, they can't see anything. Yeah. What a sad thing to happen. The best storyteller was Raven. So Mr. Raven was there and he was the best storyteller. Okay. Raven had come from a faraway place further than the Inuit had ever travelled. Inuit had travelled to a particular place by walking or by boat or something. They could not travel farther than that. The Inuit had come from somewhere else altogether where they had never seen. Raven used to tell them about those places. Raven and Inuit became friends when he had flown into their dark, frozen land and lost his way. Instead of shooting him, the Inuit had let him rest by their fire. Okay, fine, I got it. Okay, now what?
One day, Raven flew out into the darkness. He had decided to find daylight and bring some back for the Inuit. Raven flew further and further until his wings ached, and he began to worry that he might die from cold and uh, exhaustion.
Exhaustion. Means he will get tired.
And he will die of.
Yeah. Or tiredness.
But he was determined to do something for his friends. So he kept flying until finally the darkness began to fade. Slowly he grew warm and now he could see the colors of the earth. He had reached the daylight lands. Raven circled over the land looking for the source of daylight, but in vain. At last,
in vain means what?
But
it
he
was no
could not
use.
find.
No use, yeah.
At last, he decided to seek information among the people. He flew to the largest house in the land, for he even thought that the most important person would be in charge of
because it is a myth, no? So
myth,
he thought
myth,
that
daylight.
yeah.
Myth, no? So he thought that someone would be charged of the daylight.
Correct.
So he will ask him to do an.
He doesn't know it is the sun, that is the sunlight. It is the sun that's giving the light.
He landed on a tree growing beside the house and peered inside. An old man dressed in rich clothes decorated with beads and feathers was seated on a bed. He seemed to be a great chief. Near him played a little boy. The old man.
He's a red Indian.
When the chief wasn't looking, Raven flew inside
This is
and
North America.
whispered in the
Greenland.
boy's ear, "Ask your grandfather for a piece of daylight to play with."
When the grandfather was looking here and then he came inside and he told the grandson to ask his grandfather piece of daylight to play. So the grandson thought that if I tell my grandfather to bring some daylight for me, I will play with it. So therefore, his grandfather was in charge of the daylight. No, then he went up with his.
No, good, very good.
Then he
He
flew
knows
up
the whole
into,
story.
into the rafters and hid there. The little boy was enchanted by the idea. "Grandfather, can I have some daylight to play with?" he cried. "Daylight is too precious to play with, my boy. Wouldn't you like to listen a story instead?" said the grandfather. But the child did not want to hear a story. He asked his grandfather for his daylight, and the grandfather told that daylight is a precious thing. "I'll tell you a story, come." But the boy didn't want to listen to a story. He was
Okay, let me say
Daylight.
that. One day Raven flew out of his life. He decided to find the daylight and bring some back for Inuit. Raven flew further and further until his wings ached and he began to worry that he might die from the cold and exhaustion, but he was determined to do something for his friends. So he kept flying until finally the darkness began to fade. Slowly he grew warm and now he could see the colors of the earth. He had reached the daylight lands. Raven circled over the land looking for the source of daylight, but in vain. At last he decided to seek information among the people. He flew to the largest house in the land, for Raven thought that the most important person would be in charge of daylight. He landed on a tree growing beside the house and peered inside. An old man dressed in rich clothes decorated, he was the chief of the village. Dressed in rich clothes decorated with beads and feathers was seated on the bed. He seemed to be a great chief. Near him played a little boy, the old man's grandson. When the chief wasn't looking, Raven flew inside and whispered in the boy's ear, "Ask your grandfather for a piece of the daylight to play with." Then he flew up into the rafters and hid there. I don't know what rafters is. Okay.
It is the top of the house.
Okay, good. The little boy was enchanted by the idea. "Grandfather, can I have some daylight to play with?" he cried. "Daylight is too precious to play with, my boy. Wouldn't you like to listen to a story instead?" said the grandfather. But the child did not want to hear a story. He wanted daylight.
"I want a piece of daylight." The child howled.
Howled. Means he was
And
crying.
began to cry.
Stop.
Now my dog, do you like dogs?
Yes.
My dog is there now. I've left him outside. And now he's in the rain, poor fellow. Because if I leave him at home alone, then he cries and he howls. Ooh, he howls. Then all the neighbors get angry and they tell me no, you can't leave the dog alone in the house. So I have to leave him outside.
Yeah, what him?
He was actually a street dog, and his arm was. I'll show you next time. I'll bring the pictures. I'll bring the album of the dog. Yeah, his name is Monty. So some car had hit him, and his arm was fractured. So 2 years back. So I took him to the hospital and got him treated and all. Now he's staying with me only. But when I go out, I have to leave him also out. So he's in the rain now.
I want a piece of daylight. The child howled and began to cry.
I want a piece of what?
Daylight.
Huh. I heard I want a piece of your head.
The grandfather hugged the little boy and offered him many different treats. But his grandson wanted nothing but a piece of daylight. At last, the chief could no longer bear to see his grandson sobbing and whimpering.
Whimpering.
He was crying.
Yeah, he was crying like that. Even doggies do that whimpering. I want a chicken. I want to go
Complaining
out.
sounds.
Complaining sounds, correct.
Indian saw something really lonely. He reached up into the sky, broke off a piece of daylight, and tied it to a long string and gave it to his grandson. As the now laughing child stretched out his hand for the new toy, Raven swooped down and grabbed the string in his beak. He grabbed that sunlight from him.
Yeah, the grandfather gave him a sting and the raven flew and took this
Daylight.
daylight and
Flew away to the Inuit lands.
Of a piece of daylight. No. Raven swooped down and grabbed the string in his beak. He flew out of the window and immediately headed northward. Sometime later, the Inuit saw something gleaming in the sky. Like the flames of fire, soon it began to spread and glow brightly, making the snow and ice shine. Then they saw the raven flying towards them, throwing a piece of daylight. As it came closer, the darkness fled and the land was filled with light.
Wow! Clap, clap, clap.
The Inuit had never seen or imagined anything so wonderful.
Wow! See, but actually it is all myth, na? It's all a big lie. Means actually you can't take daylight like that and take it to another country. Actually, only when the sun rises you will get daylight, and when the sun sets it dies. Yeah.
If we take the daylight next to him, we will die. But because of
The sun.
fire,
Yeah. Correct.
The piece of daylight Raven stole for the Inuit was just enough to light the northern lands for half a year, but the Inuit do not mind, thanks to their friend Raven. They had to spend only the winter in darkness.
Cool. Very good. Okay, so tell me about the questions. Why do you find it so difficult? The questions. Which question you find difficult? How many
The
questions?
big
How many questions are there? How many big questions are there?
I don't know. They are
9
in
big
the
questions?
worksheets.
No, they are not all big questions. Some are small and some are big.
Okay, so which are the big questions that you have a problem with?
I
They are
will
in the
bring
worksheet.
Yes, bring. You just show me where your toilet is. We just want to go to the toilet quickly and come.
Yeah, only, yeah.
Go inside.
Yeah. लिखना है बैठ. सिर्फ हमारा बनना नहीं है बाबा ठीक. वो वहाँ बनना रहना तो जला नहीं है. हाँ और अभी बोल दिला.
क्यों चैप्टर है फर्स्ट?
नहीं. हाँ अभी तो.
Yes, yes. Can I see the worksheet? Okay, great. Bhavya, Hemant, see. Okay. So these are the small questions. Small are easy?
Yeah.
Okay. I want the big, difficult ones.
They are four lines.
Show me the big ones.
They are this one is
These are difficult, yeah?
three. They are
This is 8, 9 and 10. Yeah? And 11. These 4, no? And the last one, huh?
They
Okay.
are 3 lines only, but they are very difficult. This we can write on
Okay,
our
okay,
own.
let me see why it is difficult. This one is difficult. How did the raven get hold of a piece of daylight?
That it is very that word no and
Pardon me? I didn't understand.
the words are very.
The old man gave his grandson a piece of daylight tied to a string. Raven caught hold of the string and flew out of the. This is not.
It's very simple, no?
Yeah, this is difficult.
Okay, let me see. What happened when raven returned to the northern lands with daylight?
Yeah, this is hard.
Okay, let me see. Could you please read it?
Yes. When Raven returned to the northern lands with daylight, the land was filled with light. The piece of daylight was large enough to bring light for half a year to the land.
It's difficult? Okay, let me see.
It's
What
medium.
happened when raven returned to the northern lands with daylight? Tell me.
When the raven returned to the northern land with a piece of daylight, the land was filled with light.
Yeah.
The piece of daylight was large enough to bring light for the Inuits for half an year.
For half a year, yeah. That's correct. Simple. Why did the Inuit think that raven was the best storyteller?
The Inuits
Raven told.
Raven told the Inuits stories about the places they had never seen or heard of. So the raven was the best storyteller for them.
Is that difficult?
No.
Okay, could you tell me then why did the Inuit think that raven was the best storyteller?
Raven was the best storyteller because he tells the Inuit stories.
He told the
He
Inuit
told
stories.
the-
Yeah.
Inuit stories about places they had never heard or seen of.
Yeah.
So he was the best storyteller for the Inuit.
Very good. Very good. So which is the other difficult on this one? 11th one. What is the story about? Why is it considered a myth?
Story is
This story is about?
about the northern lands covered in frozen snow. This story is a
Myth.
because
As it is.
it is not possible for a bird to bring their light.
A piece of
This we
daylight.
can write in our
Own words. So could you tell me what is the story about and why is it considered a myth?
Huh?
What is the story about and why is it considered a myth?
The story is about. We can write in our own words.
Write in your own words.
The story is about how
The northern lands covered in snow.
snow
Huh.
and it is a myth because
Huh.
it is impossible for a bird like raven to bring a piece of daylight.
Simple. This is the other one. Last one is also 3 lines. How did coming of light help the people?
Coming of daylight
Daylight
means
means
that
that
meant.
meant that the Inuit no longer had to live and work in the dark throughout
Throughout the year.
the year.
Simple, no? How did the coming of daylight help the people?
The
coming
coming
of
of daylight helped the people because the Inuit did not have to work. No, have to work only in 6 months in the dark.
Inuit no longer had to work and live in the dark throughout the year. Means what it means is that